Two Washington police officers were shot in Northeast D.C. after confronting a gunman on Thursday night. The shooting was located on 1400 Moore Street Northeast at around 10:40 p.m. Police shot back at the gunman, who was pronounced dead that night. The officers are in stable condition and are currently being treated in the hospital.
A man is sending a message to a group of police officers who saved him from a burning car. 58-year-old Michael Smith is recovering after his car crashed and caught on fire earlier this week. A police officer passed by, saw the car, and pulled Smith from the vehicle. Smith is still in intensive care, but managed to say thank you. In a recording sent to police, Smith says, "I wanted to thank you, sincerely, from the deepest part of my heart, and I hope I will be contacting you when I'm better to thank you in person for being there and saving my life." The cause of the crash is still unclear.
Fire and ambulance response times are improving in D.C. Emergency and fire department officials say that average ambulance response times have dropped 1.5 minutes. Since 2015, the city has hired more than 100 firefighter medics, boosted training schedules, and bought dozens of ambulances. In upcoming weeks, Mayor Muriel Bowser is introducing legislation that will require insurance companies to cover ambulance expenses.
D.C. drivers are facing more and more traffic in time. A new study says commuters spend an average of 61 hours stuck in their car each year. Austin Sternlicht reports.
Around D.C., you're probably not alone. A study done by American Users Alliance lists 3 D.C. area roads in America's 50 worst traffic bottlenecks. 2 of the major reasons that contribute to these delays in Washington and across the country are a shortage of roads and poor infrastructure planning, something that should have been dealt with a long time ago.
Now, because of all the delays and the unwillingness to fix the system, we'll pay trillions of dollars more to fix what would have cost billions of dollars 10 years ago.
Heavy delays force people to take alternative routes. The metro has become a popular means of travel, but is also vulnerable to becoming overcrowded. Taking the bus is another option, but still deals with traffic the same way cars do. While Uber or taking a cab may appear to help the problem, it may only worsen the situation.
And so people are talking about using things like Uber, but remember that Uber has to be in the traffic too. So in the District of Columbia, we have 1.9 million vehicle trips a day. Think about that. And then you have already overly congested roads, the worst gridlock in the country.
With crammed roads, commuters may be forced to take more environmentally friendly measures of transportation.
I think walking's an easy way if where you're trying to go is relatively close to where you need to go, plus it's healthy, right?
With an increasing population in the D.C. metro area, this problem won't be going away anytime soon. I'm Austin Sternlicht, District Wire News.
Parking meter rates in some of D.C.'s busiest areas are on the rise. Penn Quarter and Chinatown rates will cost up to $3.25 an hour, with current prices ranging from $2 to $2.75. In 3 months, the prices will change again after a quarterly review. In October, D.C. changed rates at about 1,000 spots in the area as a part of a demand pricing pilot program.
Financial woes continue to plague the D.C. Metro. The Metro warns that if their concerns are not met, the company will run out of money in less than 8 months. Alicia Abelson has more on the story.
The Metro Board is looking to increase fare prices and cut services in an effort to close a budget gap of $75 million. The association is proposing a 10-cent Metro Rail rush hour fare increase, a 25-cent Metro Rail non-rush hour fare increase, and a 25-cent Metro bus fare increase is a possible solution to help close the budget gap.
I don't necessarily feel it's fair for the people that ride Metro.
Khadijah Williams is a Metro rider and a mother of 1.
Raising fares for trains that don't work, people being late to work, people losing their jobs, like can't get their kids to school, got to move on a delayed rail, like it's just too much, possibly about to get blown up.
WMATA is facing a major budget shortfall and revenue gap for the upcoming fiscal year beginning in July, partly due to ridership losses, which is costing Metro $50 million in revenue. At a National Press Club luncheon last year, Paul Wiedefeld, the general manager of WMATA, said they would be facing tight budgets.
You know, we only cover about 50% of our operating costs, you know, on the rail side, and we cover none of our capital because that's what we're in. We're in the business of providing a public service, so we get all that.
According to district officials, Metro needs to obtain $800 million in loans and federal grants by September to avoid running out of money. Officials say that this can be done through raising short-term borrowing from banks by $100 million, obtaining a grant of at least $131 million from the Federal Transit Administration, and increasing long-term borrowing by $575 million. For District Wire News, I'm Alicia Abelson.
Officials are concluding an investigation surrounding a suspicious package found near the hourly parking garage at Dulles International Airport. Doors 1 through 7 were closed while the area was shut down for inspection. Police have determined that the package does not pose a threat, and the roads surrounding the area have since reopened.
Coming up after the break, a university's response to President Trump's administration revoking protections for transgender students' bathroom choice.